Reverend Ntim Fordjour has joined me on the table now. Rev, so we all had the confusion about what happened at Joy FM. So said that you walked out. You put out a social media post. The host, very good friend of mine, Samson Lardi, the man we all respect, also put out a post. You are alleging that some text messages were read that were not from the system. What was it about?
No, I don't think Samson is a man that you should maintain that kind of respect for what he did.
No, I wasn't there. So
no,
I still maintain the respect.
There was a willful, staged and planned attempt, to denigrate, to run derogatory, past prejudicial. Even right on the set, even before I joined in the first instance, Reverend Ntim Fordjour must shut up or face jail. Does he have proof? He must shut up. Samson.
He used the word shut up?
Shut up or face jail. And
face
the videos
jail?
are there. Yes, face
For
jail.
What offense?
For what offense?
Defrauding by false pretenses.
Well, probably the one who brought the cocaine and all that. The bastard cocaine, the 150 million and 350 million. No, he said, I spoke up, I questioned. And why did I put it in the media? So, in the course of it, he kept on and on. I put it to you. You should be in jail or by now be in court, facing trial and getting bail, seeking bail. And also,
I'm surprised about
and
that.
I asked him, so for what offense?
But you were a whistleblower.
For what offense?
Do whistleblowers go to jail?
I, as a ranking member of Defense and Interior Committee, exercising my oversight, I intercept credible intelligence.
I think that's what Samson is worried. How do you know it's credible?
Backed, with basis for which we have brought up these questions that what did the suspicious two flights? So investigate and tell us what it did. This is what you have brought. Very flimsy, unnecessary story kind of thing. That's what Kwacho also brings. Gagging the national security from professionally conducting their investigations.
Okay, but Reverend, you can't blame Samson for the text message that people sent.
No, so let me say, I never walked out. Paul, I never walked out. And I must put it on record, I never walked out on the show.
Yeah, but the show started with you. When they came back, you were not on.
Before I got in the invitation, I was specifically invited for the first segment. Mm-hmm. They specifically invited me to come and talk about the press conference and the suspicious flights and the cocaine and the money laundering bastard matter. So they said right after that they have another panel, and that panel I was going to be replaced by the respected Vicky Bright. Mm-hmm. Was going to replace me, take my seat to join my respected friend lawyer Kofi Bento and then Sami Jemfi to continue the discussions. That was understanding, and that was the invitation for which I went.
Let's talk about the text messages. What was it about?
We held that segment, mm-hmm. and we ended it, and then we went on break. But before we were going on break, so that I'll take my leave, he read some very very diabolic, mischievous smear, messages about have a dozen of them. Denied me the opportunity to even interject. So when we finished and he went on break, that we had ended my segment, whilst I was exiting from my segment, I asked him, where did you read all these things from? Because from what I said and on the platform, these are not the messages people sent. Because I know the people, and I took evidence of the kind of messages people sent, and that's not what you read. So, my producer sent it to me. And right around the studio, the producer was there. You sent those messages to, Samson to read, to smell. Did you see the other? So, no. We didn't say he should do anything. I didn't send anything to him. We didn't even discuss this matter. I told him he should even cut it quickly so that we move on to the next segment. So I came back, but that is what is. So you deliberately read this?
Let's understand it. So Samson Lardi read some text messages as he normally does.
Yes.
You felt that those text messages were constituted a smear campaign against you.
Yes, it was.
You asked about it, and he said that the messages had been sent to him by his producer.
Yes.
You asked the producer and said he didn't send any message.
So he didn't send it to him.
The producer did not even want messages read because they were running out of time.
Ran out of time.
Did Samson hear the producer say that?
I don't know if he heard it, but I have a witness.
Did you tell Samson that this is what your producer is saying?
Oh, yes, I told Samson that this is what I know, that he didn't send it. So, no,
so the producer says he didn't send it. Where did he get it? Where did Samson get it from?
So that was the question I asked him. See, so this whole thing is...
that is alleging, that's alleging something very serious.
That is unethical, unprofessional, biased.
Will the producer confirm your story?
If I didn't know Samson well, I would have said other things. I would have said other things. That was unethical.
Yeah, but
That was
Reverend,
biased.
hold it. Will the producer confirm what you are saying, that
If the
he didn't send any message
if
to
the
Samson?
producer denies, my witness who stood right there
Is a witness somebody with you or somebody with Joy FM?
somebody with Joy FM.
Then you are sure that this somebody with Joy FM will confirm this?
Unless they all want to deny and lie under oath.
You're sure you are speaking the truth?
I am sure. I'm a reverend minister. Before I put anything out, what would I gain from lying? So what it did.
But Samson responded to you on his Facebook page. In fact, I sent it to him on Saturday morning. I wasn't even in Accra. In fact, I told him I'm not in Accra, but so I did. So I missed the program. But I sent it to him, and he said he was going to respond. And then I saw his response on Facebook. He posted something suggesting that what you are posting is not correct, something like that.
Wherever he got it from. But that is what his producer said, that they didn't say, he didn't send him, and he didn't say.
What did those messages say, for instance, that you're a liar?
I mean, it's just all kinds of smart things to divert attention of the public from the substance of discussion. Where are the answers to the two suspicious flights? When will the investigation be conducted openly? And what did
President Mahama say that investigations will be done?
But just when he said that, his own spokesperson said that on authority of the president, he can say on authority on Ekusi saying that the president didn't mean it, and the president investigation is not important to him. All that matters to him and they are interested in is making an example of me. So they are not interested in
that's what Felix Kwachu
told. Yes.
That's what he told
and
Obi.
it's on record, is in one circulation. On Ekusi saying
that but when President Mahama said this,
that
there will be investigation, that he didn't mean it.
And for Obi wanted to be sure, he said no. He paused and asked him again. He said yes. There's nothing in there. We're not interested. I'm telling you on authority. Whatever I say, on the authority of the president to say it. This one, it is just to make sure we make an example of Ntim Fordjour. So if you are downplaying, that is what we are waiting for. If it is assassination, if whatever it is, because I know what I have.
I'm not sure it's assassination.
Well, then we hope to see what example they want to make of me. Because as a member of parliament, to a credible fact, exercising my oversight, I am not one of those who recklessly put out falsehoods. And these were simple questions that shouldn't have shaken them. See the way they are shaking? What are they hiding? You know, because they could have simply allowed the security agencies to investigate and bring out their facts, and then we verify and all that openly. But no, they are shaking and resorting to smear personal attacks. You can attack me all you want. That is not a problem. You can call me all kinds of names and fabrications. I'm not the least perturbed. Let us get to the issues. We will follow the issues until.
Well, they say you're trying to be like the foreign minister Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, who did quite a lot of these things over the last 8 years of Akufo-Addo's administration.
No, Okudzeto is a very good friend. Is he a bishop? I want to be a bishop. He's an archbishop. He who desires the office of a bishop desires a good thing, noble thing. That is what I desire. That one day I may no longer be reverend. Paul, you invite me to your show, Bishop Ntim Fordjour. That is my desire. How will he be my role model? And what does he do that I admire? And so, clearly, they cannot stand the exposition. They cannot stand, the way Ghana has suddenly become hub for cocaine dealings, drug trafficking, money laundering, and even when they are able to bust, like the Sape man, they busted gold and money, cash, and we question them, what is the status? Everybody's tight-lipped. Even when they busted the cocaine, $150 million in Takrade, and they said it was one NDC parliamentary candidate for second D, he was behind it, and we are asking, when will he be prosecuted? So we should shut up. And they will call us names. When they busted 350 cocaine around and we asked, they say they would rather attack us when suspicious flights, which we asked them to tell us what they came to do. And Anansi's story was told us. And we have dismantled it right here on your show with evidence, hiding the real things they came to do and the real flights that came. They will call me names, but I'm not the least perturbed about it. That is not Okudzeto-Ablakwa. And I don't desire to want to be like him the least. So, I want to help weed out the little I can do, to weed out darkness, to weed out drugs. Can you imagine $500 million worth of cocaine circulating in the system in less than 3 months? already exacerbating the opioids, the opioid that is in the system. You know, Unim Red, the tramadol, and all that is destroying our youth. Now we have in circulation, in just 3 months, $500 million worth of cocaine in circulation, and we are having suspicious flights. Also further taking these things out, and we are asking, let us get to the bottom of it. The United Nations Office on Drugs and Crimes is also asking, let us get to the bottom of it. So no, they will not go into it. They will rather gag it at the presidency and do propaganda and unleash the government machinery to attack my person and whatever else they will attack. But I am not the least perturbed. I will stand for the truth. I will stand and fight on. I was firm in my fight on the LGBT issues, on the human sexual rights and family values bill, even when my party was in government. I had been to your show. We discussed it when my party was in government. When I was a member of the executive, as deputy minister, fearless, unprincipled, everything that I speak out on. I don't always get up and speak about issues. If I must speak, I know what I've seen and I know what I'm speaking to. And so on this occasion, we have to get to the bottom of it.
Okay, we'll try and get to the bottom. I'll speak to Samson Lardi. I really want this matter resolved.
No, Samson.
You're a nice guy. He's a nice guy. I think
Samson,
I think he has a lot of integrity.
For whatever intent he had and for whatever motivation he had to do that, that is most unethical. That is most unethical of a journalist of his stature.
Okay, viewers, just send your text messages to the Facebook page. We'll continue.
I thought he would have joined us to fight these things, but maybe he has another motive.